Hey guys, it's Aman
And Christina from Our Rich Journey.
I am so excited because today we are starting a new series all about financial independence. In particular, the financial independence tools that we are using to achieve financial independence. And we can't start financial independence without starting with the budget. So today, we are going to be sharing the budget that we use to achieve financial independence. So why are we calling this the financial independence budget? Because this budget is not like any other budget. The focus is on financial independence.
So we're going to share this budget with you, but just to be clear from the very beginning, we have numbers in the budget, but they are not our numbers. Also, if you want to get a copy of the budget, go to the description link below and click on ourrichjourney.com and we'll send you a copy. And once you get a copy of the budget, you can manipulate it any way you want. You can change cells, you can delete cells. It's up to you however you want to manipulate it.
It's your budget. So for anyone pursuing financial independence, you have to have a budget. You just don't stumble into financial independence by guessing where your money is going. So this budget identifies line by line exactly where you should be spending your money. Now this is the ideal situation. This is the budget of someone that would be pursuing financial independence and optimizing all available options.
Now, when you do your own budget, make sure that you're as accurate as possible. And the way to do this is look at historically how you've been spending your money and how you've been making money. So we call this the Pay Yourself First budget. Now, we call this the Pay Yourself First budget because that is one of our rules for financial independence, which is you have to pay yourself first before you start paying everyone else.
But you gotta have income before you start paying anything. So we're gonna first start with income.
Now let's talk about income. So you can reach financial independence by saving more and making more. And this first area on our spreadsheet is about making more income.
Now we're gonna talk about this income piece because we think it's very important, especially for those pursuing financial independence. But it's also really important because your income should be coming from more than just one source. So on the spreadsheet, we've identified more than just the wages that you get from your regular 9-to-5 job.
So on our spreadsheet, you're going to see the same types of income that we generate. So looking at this spreadsheet, we broke down income, and these are all ways that we make money. So there's take-home pay, rental income, side hustles, and passive income. And we've made videos about rental income, side hustles, and passive income. So if you're interested, you can go look at our previous videos on that. What we really want to stress here in this area is that income can come from various different forms. And that's what we really want to stress is that you have to not only diversify your investments, but also how you're getting your income. The next area on our budget is expenses. We're going to go through this, but as you can see, the Pay Yourself First is the first category. Now, all the other budgets, or most of the other budgets that you're going to see, talk about this last. But we always stress that you have to pay yourself first if you're trying to reach financial independence.
Yeah, this is something that really frustrated me about budgets in the past, was that the pay yourself first, or the savings or the investment, was always the last piece on the budget. In fact, I would hear people say all the time, and whatever you can, save. Well, we always try to higher the bar. So this is exactly how we have our pay yourself budget set up. We have an emergency fund, short-term savings, retirement contributions that are pre-taxed, health savings account that is pre-taxed, retirement contributions that are post-tax, and we throw everything else into a brokerage account. Now, a quick note about the emergency fund. Most people, once they've achieved their emergency fund, they stop contributing to it. We don't do that. We continue to contribute to the emergency fund because we know that our emergency fund has to keep up with inflation. So once we've achieved our 6-month emergency fund, we still continue to add to it, but we add to it at the inflation rate. So if you look at the budget, you'll see that we have 2 rows for retirement contributions. One is for pre-tax accounts and one is for post-tax accounts. We believe strongly in also diversification in our retirement accounts because how our taxes will be treated when we go towards retirement is really unknown. So having those accounts that treat taxes differently when you go to withdraw them is very important. Now this is a very complicated subject and we'll get into it in future videos, but we wanted to point that out.
So let's move on to the household section of the budget. Now, if you've been watching our videos in the past, you know that we live rent and mortgage free. Household is probably the biggest expense for anyone's budget. And so please watch that video if you're interested to see how we live rent and mortgage free. But if you can reduce that, your rent or your mortgage in any way, it's more areas to save. Under household, we have your common expenses like your rent or your mortgage, your insurance if you have renter's insurance or homeowner's insurance. You have maintenance, cable and internet, cell phone, and utilities. Our next expense is food, and I think again this is probably a big chunk out of people's income. If you can reduce this in any way by not eating out as much, you can again save and invest more. So let's look at this section.
So for food, we have groceries and eating out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have the latte fund, because you know what? Every now and then we'd like to get a cup of coffee with our friends, and happy hour. Our next section is transportation. And transportation for us is a huge area of discretion, meaning you have more leeway in how big that budget will be, or really how small that budget should be. So if you have a used car as opposed to a new car, if you live closer to work and can walk and don't even need a car, the area of transportation I think is one of those areas that can get really out of hand for a lot of people.
So someone who is really serious about financial independence, transportation is a great area to cut from your budget in order to save and invest more and reach financial independence earlier. So under the transportation section, we have car insurance, gas, maintenance, parking tolls and tickets, vehicle registration and road tax, public transit, and a used car fund.
So what we don't have on here is a car payment. Now, some of you may have a car payment, that's fine. We're just saying if you're trying to reach financial independence, the most optimal route is buying a used car. And we have videos on buying things used.
Now, personal care is our next section. And again, just like transportation, this can have a wide range of costs depending on how you spend your money.
So in this sample budget, we have haircuts, salons, clothing, gym membership, kids' sports and school supplies, and gifts. I do want to say something about one particular area, and it's gym memberships. And I have seen varying costs on gym memberships. But I can tell you right now, if you're just going to the gym to work out, I don't understand why people don't all go to Planet Fitness. It's only $10 a month, right? Planet Fitness is not paying us. But when we lived in the Bay Area, we had friends that would go to health clubs just to work out, and they were paying hundreds of dollars a month to work out.
So the other option, of course, is to just get rid of the gym membership and do your exercises for free. Options for this is that you can go and work out at home alongside a YouTube video, or you can also just go outside and exercise doing something for free outside.
Yeah, what you shouldn't do though is not work out or not exercise at all. Because let's say you achieve financial independence, but you're so unhealthy, you don't live long enough to enjoy it. What we really want to emphasize is that take care of your body, take care of your personal care, but you don't have to spend a whole lot of money doing that.
Our next section is entertainment and travel. When you think of travel, if you're looking to go somewhere pretty far, you're automatically going to think of airfare. And as you can see from our budget, we do not include that in the sample budget. And this is because for financial independence, one of the great ways to achieve that if you love to travel is to travel hack.
So if you've been watching our videos, you know that we love to travel, but we travel for free because we travel hack. In fact, we've been to Thailand, we've been to Hawaii, we just got back from Spain. All of those trips were travel hacked, and we went for free.
Now, when we say we travel hack and that we travel for free, we're referring to the airfare and to the hotel. But there's also some other minor costs associated with travel hacking. So let's go through our budget and discuss those areas. All right, so for entertainment and travel, we have taxes associated with travel hacking. We have Airbnb costs, theme parks, theaters, basketball or sports games, miscellaneous family activities, Spotify, and Netflix. And the final area is debt. Now, as you can see, we have this at the bottom of our sample template, but for those of you that have debt or that have a lot of debt, you probably don't want to have this at the bottom of your sample budget because you really want to focus on paying yourself first and paying off your debt at the same time.
Yeah, paying yourself first and paying debt, you have to strike a balance. And I think for everyone, their situation is different. Depending on the type of debt you have, sometimes it makes more sense not to invest, but tackle that debt. But if you have certain debt that is very low interest, that is extended out over a long period of time, sometimes the return on investment may be better. So everyone has to run that analysis themselves.
So under debt, we have student loans and credit card debt. Now, as you can see, we don't have mortgage under debt because we have that separately under the household category.
So this is a very cool budget because we've summarized our expenses, but we also added something that is very unique to those pursuing financial independence. We've added a savings rate gauge.
Now, if you've watched our videos, you know that we save about 70% of our income. If you enter your own information into this template, you can see the exact percentage that you're saving and the savings rate that you're making each month and annually. Right here in this sample, we have someone that's saving at a 61% rate.
Yeah, if you can get over 50%, you are ahead of the game. The savings rate bar in the US is so low. I mean, there are professionals that tell you you're doing well if you're saving 10 or 15% of your money. And if that's all you can save, at least you're saving something. But if you can get above 50%, you are on your way to financial independence. So use this gauge as another tool.
One of the great things I love about this budget also is that it can help you track where you're spending too much money because it shows you a percentage of each category that's in your budget. You can look at the pie chart or you can look at the table in this sample budget. So if you look at these, there's basically two different ways to look at the same type of information, but it's broken down into each category, including pay yourself first, household, food, transportation, personal care, entertainment and travel, and then your total debt.
We just want to reiterate that this is a sample budget, but we're giving it to you to use however you see fit. Now, I'm not gonna lie, we spent a lot of time preparing this budget. And we think that it is a tool that will be very valuable to you on your financial independence journey. Every month, we're going to do something just like this, where we present a new tool that you can use in your financial independence journey.
So each month, we'll be showing you a different tool that you can use to reach financial independence. This is the first tool. Please make sure you look at the description below and go to ourrichjourney.com so that you can get a copy of this budget template and that you can begin using it to reach financial independence. Now make sure if you like this video, you give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and
Join the journey.